Hello, my name is Justin Bergren. I'm here to talk to you today about post-military benefits. So I am a 90% disabled, medically separated veteran from the Army. I was a Black Hawk helicopter mechanic, and I absolutely loved that. It treated me well, and I treated it well. But the Army, on the other hand, it beat me up a little bit. It was a great experience, but just my body type, I could not quite handle my hips could not quite handle the amount of load that was put on them. So I have hip injuries, shoulder injuries, and knee injuries, and that's pretty common. So what happens? What happens when you're injured? The Army first tries to get you better, heal you, do what they can, and then if you need surgery, they'll opt that. If you don't need surgery, but you can't continue how you are, then they decide to med board you, and what that is a medical separation. And depending on all your ratings, they will either retire you out of the Army or medically separate you out of the Army, but you're still entitled to benefits depending on what your rating is. So me, I am not retired, I am separated, but I'm still a 90% disabled veteran, so I'm entitled to all VA health care for the rest of my life for all my combat injuries. I'm able to get all the care that I need for that. So the issue that happens, though, is regions. Everything's a region. So I was stationed in upstate New York, and when my wife and I moved to Las Vegas, we changed regions, and because of that, you have to disenroll out of that region and re-enroll in the new region, all while you're getting out of the military, and so your coverage is changing to transitional, and it's all crazy. And so my point behind this is that there was a data collision in our file, that what should have been a 1-month enrollment that should have happened before we were out, it couldn't because we were out in December. So anyways, the point is that it took 3 months for this to happen. So that was 3 months that my wife and I were out healthcare. We had our VA award letter, and that is a big letter that will tell you exactly what you're entitled to and when you're supposed to get it. And so my point is that we didn't receive this coverage for 3 months where we were supposed to have it for 1, and we ended up getting about $10,000 in medical bills now because of that we're trying to get the insurance companies to back up. So for me, I mean, I don't think my injuries are bad, but they're not as bad as many people out there, and so I cannot imagine that some of these people going through the med board problem, they need help, or med board process, they're having problems with this, they need help. And that's why we're trying to spread the word. So also, in addition to the VA healthcare, many veterans are entitled to the GI Bill. So once you complete your term, then or if you're injured and you qualify, then you can get the term, which usually takes, you can get the GI Bill. It usually takes about a month to enroll, which isn't a problem, so I did that. And same thing, we had the same data error where it was a 3-month process, which ended up setting back my schooling about a year because the classes I needed to get enrolled in immediately, I could not get enrolled in. And so I had to wait a whole 2 semesters for it. So that's all right, but the final thing that is probably the most important is the pay for afterward. So what they do is they look at your disability percentage, they look at your years of service, and they look at your rank. And there's a formula. You can find it on eBenefits or VA.gov, either one. And that comes out with your monthly pay for what you should be for health care and what you should be receiving. And so it took, typically it takes 15 to 30 days to get that check, and it took my wife and I 90 again. So with 3 of many benefits we're supposed to be receiving, it was interesting to us that with the med board process, it took so long for all of it to actually get delivered to us. The military set up many programs to help soldiers. For example, every soldier that gets out of the military goes through the transition program, SFL TAP. And what this does is it's a series of classes and job interviews and research techniques on how to get a job, how to find a job, how to get a job, how to keep your job, how to basically be a good working member of society. And that's something that the military, it's mandatory if you're getting discharged, whether it be honorable, dishonorable, retirement, or med board, whatever, you have to go through these classes. And so this is one of my examples of a great program that the military set up. And so I just think that the focus needs to be shifted a little bit to the smaller programs, such as the Medical Evaluation Board, which is the med board for injured soldiers, because they're not quite getting the focus that they need. Thank you for listening.